Ready to launch. Post-game live. Hey, if you're here to talk about the Knicks, consider yourself a diehard Knicks fan. Knicks get demolished 117-91. We're gonna give you our takeaways. We're gonna give you your takeaways. We're gonna keep it an open mic night tonight. We'll do more Q&A. Do a little more Q&A, Jay Ellis.
Open night.
Because this game was just, there was just not much to be said about this game, man. So anyway, let's kick it off. We're going to start it off right about now. Let's go.
Knicks Fan TV. Y'all watching Knicks Fan TV.
All right, bro.
Post-game live. Jay Ellis. Did you watch the game tonight?
I'm not sure if I'm awake or not.
Are you awake? Is everybody awake out there?
I don't know, man. I'm trying to erase everything I just saw. I don't even want to remember what the hell happened tonight.
I mean, and part of my camera's a little laggy. We'll get that fixed. But listen, man, demolish is not the word. I mean, is demolish the word?
Yeah, demolish the word.
Destroyed.
Spanked is the word. Booty is the word. Trash is the word. There's a lot of words to describe what happened.
Terrible. Oh, boy, man.
No one can hear anything, dog. It's everybody. I mean, I guess we expected this. I don't know. I expected the loss off of a back-to-back. I was actually surprised that we beat the Celtics off a back-to-back.
Yeah.
But, damn.
They were clearly ready to go home.
Yeah,
Sixers were off for 2 days. You know, much better. Obviously, top team in the East. Sound team on a whole nother level than we are. Coming off a loss against the Cavs, obviously wanted to prove a point. And, by the end of the first quarter, I was like, it's going to be a short show tonight, JL. It's going to be a short show. Because
I'm glad you read my mind, man, because you was like, he texted me, he's like, yo, short show tonight. I'm with you.
Man. It's going to be a short one tonight because there was nothing to write home about, man. But Mario showed up tonight.
Hey!
And of course, the night that everyone's looking for Mario to show up, nobody else shows up.
Nope. Except for maybe Cantor.
But yeah, maybe Cantor.
He was bullying on beat a little bit, but that's about it. And then Dotson came in the second quarter because I guess Fizz was like, might as well.
Dotson tried. Dotson tried. He tried, man. On the night Mario's looking to show up, nobody else shows up, man.
Yeah, man. Terrible.
Forget about it. Next 3 games he's gonna average. Next 3 games he's gonna average 3 points a game, 10 turnovers.
Oh, it was terrible.
Yeah,
it just like Frank got worse. It looked like Frank is regressing, man.
That's gonna be one of the topics. That's gonna be one of the topics tonight, man. I want you guys to call in and keep it an open night. If you guys want to talk about the game, I don't know which part of the game you want to talk about, but we could talk about it. Frank has been a hot topic this week. Kevin Knox has been a hot topic this week. So we're gonna touch on some of that. Touch on some of the G League comments that Fizdale made about Knox and get your guys' take on it as well. So definitely call us up. The line's open, 657-383-1509. What else, Jay, else on this game? Did
Mitchell Robinson got some blocks?
Mitchell Robinson got a couple blocks on Joel Embiid. Moral victories from Money Mitch.
He had like 5 fouls in 3 minutes, and then
then he came back for revenge, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Then it was like, I don't know if the refs were just tired of calling fouls and wanted to get the game over with.
Yeah, I think the refs were trying to go home. The Knicks were trying to go home. Sixers were just there having fun. You know, they had J.J. Redick out there looking like Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
You know, he poured on about 16 first quarter points.
Yeah, J.J. Redick is a tricky guard. One person can't guard J.J. Redick.
He's you know something though, he's really it seems like as he's become more and more of a vet, he's gotten better. He's gotten better with age almost.
Savvy.
JJ. Very savvy, man. Very savvy. You know what I mean? Give credit.
He knows his angles. He knows how to use his picks perfectly. He knows how to head fake.
Yeah.
And get you out of position and sidestep and shoot the three.
Yeah, he's good.
Man.
He's good. He's good. Give credit where credit is due. JJ Redick is good. My fantasy team appreciates him. My reality team, not really. You know what I'm saying? That's just fantasy basketball. But yo, I don't know if this happened to you, man, but on the MSG feed at the end of the game, I don't know if this was the basketball god showing us mercy, but the game goes out. I'm watching Dotson dribble off a pick, pull up. All of a sudden, the screen starts flickering. I feel like I'm about to start having a seizure. I'm like, what the hell is going on?
Yo, Dolan hit the button.
Dolan hit the button. Like, nah. So then all of a sudden, we go through like a full slate of commercials. I'm like, yo, what happened to the game? I go on Twitter, like, yo, did this just happen? And everybody's like, yeah, it happened. Come back to the game. Somebody's on the foul line. We're down by 30. And Baker's in the game. And that's pretty much when I came up to the office, came up to the studio, and began set up for post.
That's why the screen started flickering.
That's why I thought that was my cue. That was the basketball guys like, yo, man, you've been watching this for way too long, dog.
Cut this out.
Cut it out.
Cut this out.
Cut it out, man. So I don't know, man.
I'm done.
Yeah. I'm done. I mean, where do you want to take this, man? You want to talk about the Frank topic?
We could do that.
You want to talk about the Frank topic? And shout out to everybody in the chat tonight. If you're here tonight, like I said, you're a diehard fan. JL's, we went from 500 people on Sunday to 60 people tonight in the chat, man.
What are you? Yo, my chat is strong, right?
The chat is depressing tonight, man. But shout out everybody in the chat.
Yo, Craig said the broadcast truck lost power.
They did. They did, man. They did lose power. Perfect timing. Keith Sinclair said the best part of the game was a power outage. Yeah, Smokestack said depressing. Shout out Royce Cujo. Henry, what's going on? Dubs Revo. Alex Collins. Alex said his league pass was crashing all night.
Oh man, my league pass was good.
Yeah. Rick War, he said when we were talking about JJ Redick, he said they run plays for JJ Redick. We don't do that, so we didn't know how to defend it. Yeah, he's excellent. He's an excellent system player, man. He's an excellent system player.
Definitely, man. He can run on screens for the best of them, bro.
Factuals, man. I mean, on the Frank topic, tonight, once again, 14 minutes. 0 for 2, 0 for 3 tonight, 0 for 5 last night. What can you say, man?
Confidence is gone, though.
Confidence is gone. Confidence is gone. The
minutes are up and down. He doesn't run point guard anymore.
Yeah.
The shot has dropped, and obviously his minutes has dropped because the shot hasn't dropped anymore. And his confidence is gone. He seems like he needs to be built back up again. It looked like beginning of the season, it looked like Frank was taking a step. It looked like he was heading in the right direction. I don't know what's happening, man. Fizz got to hit the restart button with him somehow, man. I don't know.
What is it? What do you do?
I don't.
Because if he's not even playing him at the point, I mean,
that's where it really needs to develop, man. I mean, put that guy at the point and see what happens. I mean,
yeah. And shout out Clarence Gaines, man. If you guys haven't been following Clarence Gaines was the top scout during the Phil Jackson administration. He was highly touted for spotting the unicorn out in Latvia, and also a high proponent of drafting Frank. He came on Twitter today and basically went on like a 10-tweet whole dissertation on why Frank hasn't been excelling. And, listen, he pointed to some fair points. And he pointed to the Pistons game yesterday. He said, it's hard to impact the game when you don't touch the ball. And he pointed to Frank not getting any touches for 83% of the possessions in the first half. Got to initiate the offense on 1 out of 24 possessions last night. He speaks about ISO and Trey being on the court together with Frank. They throw Frank in the corner, and obviously ISO and Trey being, one and the same. his touches are going to be limited. So, that's basically what Clarence Gaines' take on it was, that they're just not getting him involved in the offense. He's being put in at the 3, being put in the corner, and then he's also coming in with guys who are ball dominant guys. So he's not getting his opportunities. That's from Clarence Gaines. You guys be the judge. He's a top scout in the league. I'll let you guys be the judge. But what do you think, JL? Give me your thoughts on it.
I mean, he's absolutely right, man. But it's like, here's the thing. Like, there's a lot of point guards on this team, man. Fizz has a lot. He has a lot to juggle. He has to juggle Moody. He has to juggle Trey. And he has to juggle Frank, too. I was hoping that at some point Frank could get back at the point guard position. But Frank is not like Dotson. Dotson can sit for 4 or 5 games, come back, and look like he's been playing the whole time.
Yeah.
Frank is a rhythm guy. Frank has to be in a certain rhythm to play. And if he's not getting the minutes, he's not going to be in the rhythm. So I don't know. To me, it seems like maybe we should have him in the G League and have him do like a two-way with Frank just to get him some reps as a point guard, since he's not getting any.
That's fair, man. That's fair because, with so many guys that, you have guys that you want to give looks. You have guys that have earned looks like ISO. The G League thing to me, and we'll get to that with Knox and Money Mitch, but the whole G League thing to me, just with your top draft picks, your top lottery picks, I just feel like there's always a political, a PR component to it that just wouldn't look right. It's almost like an admission of this was a bad pick, or it's panning out to be a bad pick right now. What do you think about that?
Yeah, unfortunately, it's true. You put some guy in the G League, people are gonna start to think otherwise about his abilities. But it's like, damn, there's not enough minutes to go around a point guard. He needs to develop a point guard.
Yeah,
like he needs to. He's the only, him and maybe Trey are the only what. Well, he's the only really sure shot to be here past next year on a cheap contract. So he needs to be developed. So if we're gonna yank him, I don't know, man. I feel like stigma aside, you might have to do it, dog.
Yeah.
Might have to do it. I don't see him. I don't see. And then with Moutier, unless Moutier starts shooting like this again, then it doesn't matter who's starting after that.
True indeed, man. Yeah, I'm just going through these Clarence Gaines tweets. Where he's going in on Frank. It's a good analysis. Anybody on Twitter, I would definitely give it a read. Clarence Gaines definitely comes with some good insights.
That's a fact.
Yeah, he had some things to say about Dotson as well. Some cool critiques on Dotson as well. But let's hear from you guys. This is your show. Let's hear from you guys on the phones. Matt from Florida was waiting for a while, so let's go to Matt to kick us off. He wants to talk about the game tonight. Matt, what's going on, man?
This is a very, very good Philadelphia team, and you're talking about one of the top big men in the league in Embiid.
Yeah. Yo, Matt, my bad, man. Matt, try to call back because I don't have a good connection for you. Try to call back. All right, my fault, man. Try to call back. I can't hear you good.
Right.
All right, let me go to the next call. Ross from Long Island wants to talk about Frank. Thinks he should get more minutes. Ross, what's going on, man?
We got a bad connection. How you guys doing?
Yeah, seems like I got a bad connection, man. Ross.
Yeah, I think it was staticky on hold.
It was staticky on hold, so it might be the actual. I can hear you okay now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Listen, this year's got to be about 5 players, man. It's got to be about Ntilikina, Knox, Mitch, Trier, and Dotson. That's it. There's no way. Moutier got drafted by Denver, and what happened?
Yeah, he didn't
for 2 years, and he played himself out. Let Ntilikina play himself off the Knicks. Give him the keys and let him drive. Okay? Because he's the only chance we have. I don't understand what this guy's done to not run the point. I'm tired of watching J.J. Redick run circles around Moutier all night tonight. I mean, J.J. Redick's a good player. He ain't no all-star. He ran circles around the guy.
Wasn't Frank?
I don't.
Nah, it's a
I'm
starter.
sorry?
Nah, Frank didn't start tonight. JJ Redick's a starter.
Oh, I'm sorry. I remember Frank Jordan, JJ when he came in.
Yeah.
No, Moutier started. You know what? Mostly what Fizz has got to do is Fizz has got to pick between Moutier and Trey Burke because there ain't enough minutes to go around. But Nilikida's got to play. And we got to find out this guy does not have a he got jerked around all that. Now he's getting jerked around now.
Yo, Ross, I gotta cut you, man. I gotta cut you. Yo, hang on 1 second, cause I don't know what's up with the phones. I'm gonna try one more. Let me try one more phone call. If this is choppy too, I'm gonna reset the phones. Julian, go ahead. Yo. Hello.
Man, this is still kind of choppy on mine.
All right.
We're good.
You're good. Nah, you choppy too. All right, yo. Technical difficulties on the phones. Julian, hang on the line. Matt and Ross call back. Let me disconnect the phones.
Yeah.
And we'll come back to it.
Yeah.
What was your take on what Ross was saying though, JLs?
What I was saying, it wasn't even just Moutier. He was cutting up. JJ Redick was cutting up everybody. He's cutting up Johnson. He was cutting up Frank. He was cutting up Moutier. He was cutting up everybody that guarded him. It wasn't just Moutier. So I'm not going to single out Moutier and say that, Moutier's trademark bad defense is why JJ Redick got off. Nah, JJ Redick has just gotten really good at running off the screens and head faking people to death and making the right plays. He's just gotten that much better at this point of his game. So I can't really blame all of that on Moutier per se. Everybody was really sucking today.
Everybody sucked tonight.
Everybody sucks. Nobody can shoot. Nobody was passing.
No ball movement whatsoever. But Philly's defense was good tonight too, man. You gotta give credit. They got Jimmy Butler. They got Ben Simmons out there, 6'10", putting pressure on Timmy. There's not too much you could do with that, man. They're a good team. They're a very good team. And when good teams are on their A game, when they play like they should, we have no chance. We get outclassed.
Yeah. And to be honest with you, I know everybody expected this too because we lost. Our chance was yesterday. If we looked at these two games, Detroit and the 76ers.
Yeah. Yesterday was the game we should have had.
Yesterday was the game. It was like, all right, we have a shot to beat Detroit.
Yeah.
Off a back-to-back, coming into Philly and try to beat the Sixers after playing Detroit. Everybody, in my mind, I was like, that's not happening.
True. Yeah, no, I had no expectations for this game. I had no expectations for this game whatsoever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, to get washed like that, that's a whole nother story, man.
Yeah, 91 to 170, that's a washing.
That's a whole nother story, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man. I'm just trying to start the phones back up, people. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, technical difficulties. Yep. Ricardo Custer says Embiid put nice screens for Redick.
Yeah, I don't know what's up.
And Knicks couldn't handle it. Yep.
All right, let's try this again. It sounds kind of choppy still, but let's try this one more time. All right, this might be Ross. Ross, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's still kind of choppy though.
Still kind of, yeah. That's something's up with the actual carrier with the phones. Let me hang this up because it's not gonna sound too good, man.
All right, take care, guys.
Well, I can hear you now. We just try one more time, man. But if it kicks out again, I just gotta cancel the phones tonight. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just like I was saying, I just want Nilikido to play himself. I want Nilikido to get a fair. I feel like the kid has not gotten a fair shot in the year and a half he's been here. The Knicks could get first round picks from now to the end of time if they don't take time to stop and develop these guys and get them to play better and let them be the focus. Let them fail. If they fail, they fail. Okay, it's a bust. We move on. But especially with Nilikido, this guy is not getting. He hasn't even had a chance, and right away everybody's saying he's not going to score, guys. We know that. He's going to play D. He's going to handle the ball. He's going to set up for his players. And last resort is he's going to take a shot. And from where I'm from, that's what you want in a point guard. You don't want a point guard chucking up shots unless it's Harden or Steph Curry. Sure. Russell Westbrook, absolutely. But your point guard should be setting up the team. He shouldn't be looking for his shot first and foremost. Let Nilikido run the game, man. I don't know what. And the other part is Fizz has got to pick between Burke and Moutier.
All right, my fault, man. I gotta put you on hold again, man. My fault.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, my fault, people. It's the phone carrier that something is messed up with the phone carrier. But you get his point, Jay Ellis. You know, he wants to see Frank at the forefront, and we did discuss this earlier this year that if we are gonna be a rebuild and developing team, then you might as well let Frank rock. But at the same time, Jay Ellis, we don't know what the organization wants.
Nah, they're still figuring it out themselves. I don't even know if Fizz knows what he wants because, we're going to see what's going to happen because he said he was going to set his rotation in 25 games. And I think it's like game 23 right now or something like that.
Yeah.
So we're going to see what's going to happen soon.
Remember, man, Frank was not this regime's pick. It wasn't Perry's pick. It to what we hear, it wasn't Mills's pick. If it was up to Mills, we probably would have had Dennis Smith or Donovan Mitchell. And it wasn't Fizdale's pick. And it was clear when they brought in Moutier. It was clear when they brought in Burke. They could have ran Frank at the point last year. Definitely. What was stopping them? Jared Jack?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? They could have ran. So maybe all this talk, that we talk, maybe they don't even believe in him. But as Clarence Gaines is saying, they're just not putting him in a position to succeed right now.
Yeah, man. They're trying to make a decision right now, too. I guess they're trying to make, like the caller said, they have to make a decision between Moutier and Burke, too. I think that's another thing that's happening right now. Because I don't expect every point guard to be back here next season.
Shit, neither one of them might not make it back.
Exactly. It could be one. Yes, yeah, that's true. That's another option, too.
Yeah.
But we do know Frank is going to be here, so I would like to see him get some minutes at point guard to see what he can do.
Facts.
Since he's not on like a 1 year left deal.
Exactly. I want to try the phones again, Dave. Let me know in the chat if it's been choppy for you. If it's been choppy for you, then I know it's an issue with the platform and not my connection. So Dave, send a notification in the chat or text me. Let me know if the phone calls were choppy for you. The Goot says Frank is our faults. GN
Frank doesn't cost us $8 to $12 million.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. Now we got a couple people in the chat questioning Fizdale. GN Dreszy says Budenholzer was the guy.
We already said people are gonna be like, man, we're still kind of young though, so I'm not even gonna be like.
He's still young. He's still young, but it's like, damn, bro, like, it's kind of disheartening still, to see him not even getting, not even looking a little bit decent,
Yeah, I actually like Budenholzer too, but
okay.
I was an advocate of Budenholzer because of the Spurs system. He came from the Spurs pedigree, and I like what he did with Tim Hardaway Jr. I like how you kind of reeled him in.
Yeah,
but I was also pretty high on Fizz coming here too, so I'm not giving up on Fizz yet. And I also expected us not to win this year.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not even really about wins, right? We're not talking about W's and losses. We're talking about in-game wins. We want to see like a Dotson. A Dotson. He gets wins within the game. Because you right. Like how he plays on both ends of the floor.
Let's keep it in perspective too. I mean, yesterday we lost, but we still had a good showing from Trier, right? For about a week or so, we saw Moutier come out of his shell a little bit. It looked like
Trigger had some flashes.
Exactly.
Vonleh had some flashes. Listen, we had a 3-game winning streak. You know what I'm saying? So let's not throw all our eggs in this basket tonight or this basket case of the game. There has been some spots that's been happening. Mitch Robinson had like a 9-block game. There's been bright spots from pretty much everybody at certain parts of the season sometimes. Let's just hope that, it continues. It's a back-to-back. A stinker happened against a good team, a playoff team, some contender, possibly, who knows. Facts.
We'll see what's going to happen moving forward.
By Saturday night, we're going to be talking playoffs again, JL. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
It's just the funeral right now.
It's just the funeral right now.
All right, so Dave said it was choppy for him on the phones. Let's try it again. Go back to the phones, see how it sounds. All right, Julian, go ahead. He wants to talk about the Frank situation.
I mean, as that dude was saying, man, we just gotta give him a fair shot. It's
Some people say in the chat that he had his
Frank.
chance already. Julian, what you think about that?
That's 100% BS. That's not certified. There's no way Frank got his chance. He had 3 starts at the end of the year last year, but I don't call that getting a chance. And I'm just saying, look, Frank and Tony Parker in their age 20 seasons, their stats were the exact same, and we all know how Tony Parker and Frank are both French point guards. So look, I think Frank, he's gonna be, in my opinion, I love the guy, I really do. I want him to succeed. And look, he's not gonna do well unless you put him in the damn game. There's no reason why we shouldn't be starting Frank at the 1. There's no reason. Moutier is, look, I know we had to retire the Moutier talk. I know Fizz has improved. I know Fizz has improved Moutier marginally, but if you look at it, those 8 minutes when Frank came in the fourth quarter, the Knicks were up 19-18 when Frank came in. So for those last 8 minutes, his plus-minus was +1 when we were getting blown out by 28. Alex, I don't care if I'm stealing your facts, boy. Anyways. Yeah, nah, man.
Say that again?
Nah, but, like, seriously, look, like, we got to remember, okay, players like Kobe Bryant, in their first 5 years in the league, they were bums. They were straight garbo. And, I mean, not garbo. They obviously showed signs, but, like, we got to give people time.
Got to give it time.
We're so with this instant gratification. We're so with this BS instant gratification. We see Jason Tatum and Donovan Mitchell having, like, abnormally great rookie seasons. Yet then look where they are now. Jason Tatum has regressed this year. Donovan Mitchell has regressed this year. And we just need to give Frank time. So, yeah, what do y'all think about that?
I've been with that. You know, I've been with the patience play, you know, and give him some time. I think I just question whether or not, you know, obviously we're not the experts here, whether or not, you know, this move of him at the 3 is putting him in the best position to succeed. As you see tonight, you know, another offer across the board. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I question.
I got what you're saying, but look, I think Frank, early in the season last year, he had some great chemistry going on with KP. And, look, I think, number one, we still don't have our best player.
That's
right
another
now.
thing. We haven't seen him, so KP, and even Timmy on the floor together at all.
We haven't seen a dynamic offense because we don't have our most dynamic players. And, look, I know Fizz is dumbing it down because we have younger guys on the team, but we gotta diversify our offense. We can't just run curl cuts the whole game.
Yeah.
It's
people questioning the offense, man. People are questioning the offense, JLs, and rightfully so, man. Yeah, I would have expected something out there.
I'm guessing that he's going to implement more of an offense at like December, January. I'm guessing.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. But I got one more thing, by the way.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why are we yanking tree in the fourth to put in Ron Baker? Why, like, Fizz, I get it. We're trying to lose. We're trying to make it look obvious. Like, we're just, I don't get it. I don't get it.
I told you, man. That was the point, JL, is when I was like, all right.
Because the game was done.
Yeah, that was the point. I was like, all right, it's time for setup. But, I mean, Julie, they just came off a back-to-back. I mean, you don't want to run the kid to the ground.
Yeah. This was a scheduling loss.
Yeah.
This was a scheduling loss. We have to remember that. We just came to Detroit, one of the best coached and grinded out teams in the league.
After coming from Memphis.
We had to come from Memphis to Detroit, which is basically the same team in terms of they physically grind you out.
Yeah.
And then we play the most talented team in the. We just have to look. We got to take these L's on the chin. We're probably going to have around 60 losses this year, and I'm going to be fine with that. And look, the road to Zion, baby.
All right, Julie, man, take it easy, bro.
All right, man. Yeah, call back. That was a good call.
Oh man. Now, some people in the chat wasn't with him, man. Some people are done with Frank in the chat, man. Some people are done with Frank in the chat, man.
I know. That's been like the whole year.
They out of here, man. Rick Ward said the cult of Frank is no joke. Gia Andrezzi said, did you see Frank's demeanor when he asked for the ball in the fast break? Trey be looking him off all the time. If Frank can only play with KP, then that's a problem. That's from Romeo Dredd. You know, it's a tough call, man. It's a tough call. It's a tough call.
We need like a target, a moving target for these alley-oops and pick and rolls and stuff.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why our assists are so bad. Like
because our point guards are bad.
Even when Frank, even when Frank was playing last year, I remember him.
Jordan Shrug.
Really nice. And maybe it's just because our offense isn't put together yet. But I remember Frank setting up a lot of people pretty well last year.
I mean, they don't run the pick and roll that well. You know, you have primarily ISO point guards. Moutier's still trying to get into form. It's a one big work in progress when it comes to facilitating and ball movement. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Timmy's not a facilitating two guard. He tries.
Well, nah, yeah.
You know, but I mean, every once in a while he'll give you a couple dimes. You know, every once in a while. Shout out everybody in the chat. We finally cracked 100, Jay Ellis.
Hey,
we finally cracked 100, man.
I'm actually shocked that this many people.
It was Sunday night. People were jumping from every angle to jump into the chat.
Yo, I wasn't even here. I saw the replay. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, man. CH said we got the same phone lines as the Knicks broadcast. Yeah, man. It's coming over this way. But I think we got the phones going, man. So smash that thumbs up button. If you're new in the chat, give us a hashtag new. I think we might have had some new people in here finally, JL. So if you're new in the chat, give me a hashtag new. Let me go back.
New, please.
Let me go back to the phones. Let's go to Matt in Florida. All right, Matt. Let's see if the phone line is a little bit better. What's going on, man?
What's up, CP and Jay Ellis? Great show as always, guys.
Much better now. Much better.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Definitely not Wally Zerbiak. I can tell you that.
Yeah, yo, Matt. They thought you were Matt with Wally Zerbiak in disguise last night, man.
Oh man. No way. But you know, they're gonna be nights like this. And, you know, come on, y'all. I mean, look, the Knicks are gonna face the Sixers again. You know what I mean? It's the first time we faced them all season. The bottom line is we may fare better against them next time. You know, they didn't really know what to expect from Embiid. We didn't. He's an elite big man. You know, I'm with you. It was a horrible showing, but we haven't been blown out that many times this year.
Yeah.
You know,
silver lining. We showed up in more nights than we haven't, Jay Ellis. We showed up more nights than that.
That's right. And you know what? If we had better substitutions in a few of those earlier games, we might have had a lot more wins.
That's fair.
So I don't think it's ridiculous. I don't think it's ridiculous to say that this team will be on the cusp of making a run at the playoffs. You know, I think it honestly, they're a few stops away from being better.
They're a long way. Jay. Matt, they got to get to 30-something wins, Matt. They only had 7.
I know, but if it hadn't been for a couple of blunders in the beginning, we might have had like 8 or 9 wins, maybe more than that. You know, here's the other thing.
Go ahead, JLs.
That's it. I'm gonna halfway agree with Craig. I'm gonna halfway agree here because I'm not saying we're definitely gonna make the playoffs. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying this is a weird game. I'm just saying this is a weird game to judge the Knicks off.
Oh, for sure.
From a back-to-back. So, and the long road.
Yeah, they're exhausted.
So I want to see if there were certain things that we were showing in the wins that I want to see if we show in the next game in games that aren't back-to-backs and things like that. Like I felt like we were kind of showing some kind of poise. Wasn't rushing shots all the time. We were kind of grinding out teams. I want to see if we show that later on in the season and see if our shots are falling, our open shots. So the open shots aren't even falling. Right.
You want to see if Mario shows up Saturday night.
That's not exactly what I said. It's not what I said.
Will Mario show up for two games in a row?
You know, he can stay home. I want Dotson to start, bro.
Oh, man.
That's another story.
Factuals, man.
Hey, look, Jay Ellis and CP, I got to say, first off, I really like this Dotson kid. This kid can really straight out play.
Oh, yeah.
He just got more minutes.
Yes.
I'm a big Dotson fan. I don't give a damn that Phil drafted him. I don't care if Clarence Gaines scouted him. man, this guy is a good player. And early second round or not, this kid deserves to play. Nicolina, I got to be honest. I read an article today by some guy that writes for The Ringer, and they heard whispers within the organization that Nicolina's done, that they're giving up on him. I don't know if that's true or not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look. My whole thing with the shooting, I think shooting is confidence. He needs to get out there and hoist up maybe 1,000 to 2,000 shots a day just to try and break out of it. Look at John Starks back in the day. John Starks wasn't a great shooter before he started playing for the Knicks.
And you hear Clyde every time Frank really shoots. Horrible. You hear Clyde always saying he looks like he's aiming his shots. That's the first thing Clyde says. Him and Knox. He's aiming his shots.
Aiming his shots. I don't want to keep up your phone lines too long tonight, but I'll say this. Tisdale was not my coach. I wanted to see one of the older Knicks get a shot. It would have been Van Gundy.
That was my original pick. Original pick. I wanted Jeff.
I love Jeff Van Gundy.
Yeah.
I'm a big Van Gundy. I wouldn't even minded Mark Jackson, because Mark Jackson started it all out there in Golden State.
I was iffy on
Jackson. You know what, that guy, even in analytics. And you got assistant coaches. I think they need better assistant coaches. Why not promote Larry Johnson or give, John Starks a chance to be an assistant coach? They get the defense working better.
Well, right now...
That's just what I think. That's my...
All right, well, appreciate the call, Matt. I mean, we don't even know if Larry and John got any coaching, pedigree, JLs. Right now, they're doing community service, man.
Yeah, I mean, I like the direction the Knicks went in with the coaches. They got a whole bunch of development coaches. You pretty much tailored this team for developing guys. So I don't have any
facts.
I don't know what they're doing, but just from the reputation I've been reading, because I'm not at the games. They seem that they have a good reputation of developing guys. So I'm not too low on.
We got a lot of Mark Jackson fans in the chat. A lot of Mark Jackson fans. Gabi, Louis Leon. Big Shaq. I'm not sure if he was a Mark Jackson guy.
I was worried about his stagnant offense. But, I mean, Fizz kind of has a stagnant offense right now, too.
I just didn't think politically he was going to work out. And like I said, there's a reason why Mark Jackson is not getting interviewed, period, by any team. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if we did some analytics, one of you analytics guys out there, if we did analytics from the time Mark Jackson was fired by Golden State to how many coaching jobs were open, to how many times you actually heard his name being involved in those openings, we were like the only ones.
Yeah.
We were the only ones. That was the first one in 5-6 years. I think maybe Cleveland might have been one.
Yeah.
Rumored when LeBron first got back there. I don't know, man. I'm not bailing on Fizz just yet.
Yeah, I'm not bailing on Fizz. Not at all.
Yeah, I do want to see some sort of offensive system, though. I do want to see something. Yeah, I'm not sure what the impetus is for not implementing one right now, but I'll trust them, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, my theory is he just wants everybody's role to be defined first. That you're a point guard, you're a shooting guard.
Seems so.
And then after that, he'll have you run this route because you're a point guard. You run this route because you're a shooting guard. That's my guess.
Yeah, seems so. Let me get to the shout out everybody in the chat real quick. Let me get to the statement games winners real quick. I know we had it third on the rundown, but we might as well get to it. This was for the $10 gift cards, first statement games. We had a total of 30 people play. The first winner is Sparkway 10 with 44 points. Contest 2 winners. LT Butkus. I didn't even want to say that name, but shout out LT Butkus.
You lost to a Butkus.
Shout out LT Butkus. If you lost to LT Butkus, you should be ashamed of yourself. And he tied in contest 2 with none other than the chat moderator, Alex Collins. Come on down. Collect your $10 NBA store gift card. Alex Collins and LT Butkus tied at 39 points in contest 2.
All right. Top down, screaming out money.
Yeah. Hey. And contest 3 was won by BXPRJ.
right.
BXPRJ1 contest 3. So those are 3 winners. Nick just confirmed in the chat those were the winners, but that's what Nick just texted me. Those were the winners. So Alex Collins is a winner, I believe. Nick, just make sure I'm not wrong. So I didn't Steve Harvey Alex Collins just now. Just make sure I didn't Steve Harvey. You know what I mean? But shout out everybody in the chat. Shout out everybody on the phone. Seems like we got the phones working. Dave and Alex are circulating a link in the chat. If you guys have specific questions that we might not see because the chat's going, Dave and Alex are posting a link to a Google form. You can fill out that form with any question. I can see it on my end, and we'll answer it. JL, so you want to shout out some of your people in the chat? I see some new people in the chat, man.
Shout out Monte Russell was good. Craig Williams was good. Ricardo Custer.
Yeah. Monte looks new, man. Monte, make sure you subscribe, man.
Yeah, I seen him here yesterday.
Okay.
I don't know if he subscribed or not, but yeah, Monte subscribed. But I seen him here yesterday, so maybe.
All right. So shout out Monte. Shout out Danny Landis, Mark Swift. Mark Swift said there's no offensive system right now because it's all about seeing what we have yet. He said, I promise you, Bills, he's going to fix the structure and have an offense to run.
Yep. Javon Carr, I think he's new. Javon Carr. What's good? Subscribe to the channel. You have not. Young Simba, my guy. I think he's here too. Recommend. Carmine Rosa.
Factuals. All right, let's get back to the phones. Let's go to Ari in Manhattan. He wants to talk about the Frank topic, and he thinks he's not a point guard. Then we'll move on from the Frank topic. All right, Ari. What's going on, man? How you doing?
What's up, guys? Big fan of the show. Thank you for having me on. This has really been getting under my skin lately because I hear a bunch of people tell me Frank's a point guard. We got to give Frank more time on the ball, stuff like that. And it just really bothers me because he's done nothing to earn that position. In the NBA, it's arguably the most important position, the point guard.
Extremely.
And forget about his shooting percentage and all that stuff. You have 2 jobs as a point guard. It's to control the tempo and to get your teammates good looks. Now, if you're a point guard, you have to do at least one of 2 things, and all the superstars do 2 things. So you have to do one of 2 things. You either have to penetrate or you have to be able to shoot. If you can penetrate, the defense collapses and it opens up shots for everybody else, and it helps everybody else. Frank cannot penetrate. He's probably one of the slowest guards in the league. So he cannot penetrate.
The speed is an
Obviously,
issue. The speed is definitely an issue.
The speed is an issue, and and he can't shoot. Like, the guy can't shoot, so he can't. The teams just go underneath the pick and roll on him. He can't penetrate, and that's the reason why there's no offense, because no one collapses the defense. And I understand, he's a good defensive player, but people talking like he's the next Scottie Pippen or something like that. Come on, he's not an all defensive guy.
Well, I think the thing is on a team and in a league that where defense is clearly not valued, he is a breath of fresh air on that end. We have to admit that.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah.
No, I agree, but you know what the thing is? Everyone would always knock Melo because they're like, oh, he only plays offense. He doesn't play defense, and it's not worth him to be on the floor because he's such a defensive liability. It's Melo's offensive game is so much better than Frank's defensive game, and Melo's defensive game is better than Frank's offensive game. You know what I'm saying?
Comparing Melo to Frank. That's crazy.
We can't do that, Ari. We can't do that, man. We can't do that. I get what you're saying.
I'm just saying, his defense does not outweigh his offense, and to have him control, give him the keys to run the show. Alonzo Trier has a way better chance of developing into a playmaker than Frank does into developing an offensive game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Ari, give me this though. I would say, I disagree with you by saying his defense is not warranting being on the floor. You still need to make a stop at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Everybody doesn't need to score like Tim Hardaway Jr. or Alonzo Trier. Everybody has a role on the starting 5. You know what I'm saying?
Worst case scenario, Andre Roberson is. I'm not. Who's going to be able to stop a player?
I'm not saying that his defense doesn't warrant him being on the floor. I'm just saying his defense does not outweigh his offensive liability. He's such a liability on offense, especially at the point guard spot. His ceiling is a 3-and-D shooting guard who could give you spot minutes off the bench.
Right.
That's his ceiling.
But
right?
if we're a good team, that's a good role player to have, though. That's what I'm saying, though.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? If we're a good team,
I understand,
of what he can potentially be, if you're saying his ceiling is a Roberson, that's a good piece to have in your rotation.
That's a fact.
Yeah, not when you draft him at 8. Not when you draft him at 8. If he was a second round pick, he would be cut by now. Like he'd be cut by now. That's the thing. I think they should package him with Timmy and get them both out of here.
Oh wow, you want to trade Timmy too? Who do you want?
I don't know why people are telling me like trade Courtney Lee instead of Tim Hardaway Jr. I think Tim Hardaway Jr. has more value, and I think he has a bigger and longer deal. And I think if you could get him off the squad, you could sweeten the pot by giving Frank and clear up some cap space and give more time for Iso Zoe and Knox.
You do understand that Courtney Lee is like 33, and we're a rebuilding team, right?
Can't
like,
do it, Ari. He's 33, man.
He's not winning nothing over here.
No, listen, ideally...
It has nothing to do with Courtney Lee being good or bad. Obviously, Courtney Lee is a great piece, but he doesn't fit the timeline what the Knicks are doing right now. We're not on our way to win.
There's no purpose to having Courtney Lee on this team.
Yeah.
No, I'm not. I would trade both of them, but I'm saying I'd rather trade Tim Hardaway Jr. because he's got a bigger and longer deal, and he takes too many shots, and Courtney Lee plays defense. So that's my thinking.
Okay, I appreciate the call, man. Definitely appreciate the call.
No problem. Thank you, guys. Great show.
All right, Ari. See you in the. Are you in the chat right now? Oh, I don't know. I don't know if Ari's in the chat right now, but you got a bunch of angry Knicks fans in the chat waiting on you, Ari.
He was a spirited caller.
Don't read the comments. Don't read the comments in the chat, Ari.
Yo, shout out to my cousin Devon. When he's waiting to the chat, what's good?
Shout out Jay Ellis's cousin, man. Shout out Jay Ellis's cousin. Listen, man. But that's the thing, and you know, shout out Knicks Film School, Jay Ellis and Macri. One of their first podcasts, you know, what they said on the Frank topic was his draft position, the whole Donovan Mitchell, Dennis Smith Jr. thing is always gonna be like a scarlet letter on him if he doesn't turn into like, you know, a mid-level borderline all-star or even better. You know what I'm saying? But the fact remains, if we get the pieces, let's say hell freezes over, KD comes through, and KD brings, you know, this guy through, and we draft Zion, and Zion's taking over the Garden, KP comes back, and we dominate in the league. A guy like Frank that can play defense and get a stop, and that can still help us win, is going to be way more valued than if we never turn into a contender or if he goes to a bad team and never shines. You know what I'm saying, Jails?
That's a fact. And for me to add on to that, too, when Frank was in Europe, Frank had a three-point shot. So I fully expected Frank's three-pointer to actually start, you know, coming down with some consistency. And he kind of did that in the beginning of the year. But right now, it's not dropping right now. But I still feel like at some point in his career, Frank's three-point shot is going to start to drop, even if he's not a penetrator. The penetration thing, I don't know if that's going to happen, but 3-and-D, I feel like 3-and-D is the floor for Frank's future.
Facts. I agree. I agree, man. I agree. You know, we got to take time, man. Take time. Alex Collins says something big is coming to Knicks Film School on the Frank topic. So something tells me they got maybe Clarence Gaines coming in on a podcast, which would be good.
Those guys are like, woo.
These guys are they smoking right now. Shout out JB, happy birthday, JB, by the way. JB's birthday. Happy birthday, and shout out to Macri. Reaper Man says Frank has zero confidence right now. Dubs Revo says Frank D is average. Just has long arms.
Just has long arms. Yo, man. People are obsessed with scoring, and I understand why you want him to develop, but he's shut down a few players this season, man. If you look at players' shooting percentages before Frank started guarding them and what they were doing, and then what happened after Frank started, like when Drew Holiday was going off, Frank got on Drew Holiday calmed down. Same thing I could say with the guy who was guarding with the Celtics. I forgot. Gordon Hayward. He made things difficult for him too. Frank made things difficult for a lot of people when he was playing that wing spot, man. So people need to calm down. That defense is overrated for him. I don't think they're really watching what's happening.
Yeah, you can't. Defense wins games, man. And when you become a good team, trust me, his value's going to be there. You just want to hope that he can knock down a shot or two, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. You put Frank on a team that has all the offense going already, you good money. He's a piece.
Give him some time, man. What's he, 19? You're not even 20 yet, man.
That's a fact.
Give it some time. Shout out CP the artist. CP the artist said, and when I posted the advertisement for the post game, he said, I can't wait for y'all to get Mario Hezonja to play the game.
You saw what we did, yo. It's conspiracy, dog.
Yeah, player ratings are canceled tonight, people.
Canceled. Mario plays well. Canceled,
man. Mario showed up and nobody else came to the party, man. That's messed up, cares. Man.
Mario plays
well. Nobody supported Mario tonight, man.
That's wrong, dog.
Nobody supported Mario. All right, let's see some questions. We got some questions in the chat, Jay Ellis. CP the artist from last night, he said, Doc Rivers said undisputed free agents want to be on a team where they see the ball being shared. Are the Knicks unattractive to free agents due to so much ISO ball? No, I think I just don't think they have the point guard yet.
Yeah, that's a fair question. I mean, there's something to that. I feel like free agents want to go somewhere where the ball is being shared, but I also feel like they want to go somewhere where the team is winning.
Yeah, I also feel like they want to go somewhere that's cashing the check and writing the check. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It needs to be a combination of things.
Money talks.
Are we winning? Are we winning, or are we on the cusp of winning?
Money talks, man. The only free agents that made moves on that really mattered was LeBron and KD, JLs. Let's keep it a buck. In the last 5 to 10 years, those are the only free agent signings that really mattered in terms of shifting the landscape of the NBA. And KD went to ring chase and LeBron went to ring chase. They both did.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How many free agents are going to leave that extra year of security if you're a vet and damn near $40, $50 million extra on the table to come here or to come to a rebuilding situation?
Nah, not many.
Not that many. There's not that many real dudes like that, man.
No, hell no. I ain't doing it.
There's not that really real that many real dudes. So I get what Doc is saying, but to say that, you know, free agents value ball movement, that can all change. You know,
I do feel like free agents do value winning as well, though. My thing is, if you're winning, I feel like the price goes down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the price goes down.
The Knicks are winning, and I'm a free agent, and I want $14 million, but I'm going to winning team. I might be like, you know what? I'll take 10. I'll take 10 to be part of a winning team.
Yeah. So I wouldn't worry about you know the ball movement thing, because that could always change. Your whole roster could change. You know, look how much turnover we have on this team. Look how many guys that if you come in with a max player next year, look how many guys are not going to be here next year to accommodate that guy. Look how many minimum level deals that you're going to have to bring in. You know, I wouldn't worry about that. I wouldn't worry about that. And sometimes the player helps facilitate that ball movement. You know what I'm saying?
That's a fact. Cody out here defending Frank. He's like, Frank can still get to his spots though.
Cody Emmanuel?
Yeah.
Where's Cody at? Is he on YouTube or Facebook?
Yeah, YouTube. He's on YouTube.
Okay, shout out Cody. Shout out T Williams. What up, T Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And he's true. I mean, he does get to his spots. He's gotten better at getting to his spots.
Alex Collins said we're gonna max Tobias Harris. Oh God, no, man.
Oh hell no.
Listen, salute Tobias, Long Island zone. Shout out LI, of course. That's my home, but nah, we can't bring him home, man. If we strike out on KD, if we strike out on Kawhi, we strike out on Clay, stand pat. No, don't do anything.
Nah, that's it.
Nah, that's it. That's it. I'm not interested. Not interested. Not even interested. I don't even want to hear a rumor from my soul or anybody, man. Not interested.
All right.
Stephen Week said, who would you pair Courtney Lee with in a trade to move his contract, excluding Dotson?
Excluding Dotson.
What do you guys think in the chat? If you had to package Courtney Lee up in a trade and you couldn't put Dotson in, but you could move Courtney Lee and there's 2 years on the salary and not take salary back, who would you throw in?
I mean, I know who I would throw in, but I don't think people are going to want him.
Who would you think? Who?
Ron Baker.
Ah, hell no, man. That ain't realistic. Come on, Jay Ellis, man. Come on, Jay Ellis, man. That's not even realistic, man. That's not even realistic, man.
I preference my answer by saying it wasn't realistic.
Yeah, that ain't realistic, Jay Ellis, man. I mean, yo, you might have to sacrifice Trigger, man. You know?
Yeah, he's the only one who has value.
He's the only one that really has value, you know, more than Moutier.
Yeah.
You know, if you got to sacrifice Trigger, that might be the move. That might be a realistic move. You know what I'm saying? That might be a realistic.
I've been saying that since last year, actually. Like, I can see a situation where Trigger gets traded because has a pretty decent value, and we might not be able to resign him next season. Plus, he just signed with the Rocks. That means he's gearing up to get the dough.
Yeah. Somebody said Vonleh. I don't want to trade Vonleh, man.
We need big men. We need mobile big men.
Yeah, I don't want to trade Vonleh, man. I like Vonleh. I definitely like Vonleh. Somebody said Vonleh. You know Jay Farrell? Remember Jay Farrell from Saturday Night Live? I don't know if you remember Jay Farrell.
Yeah,
He'd be doing like the bootleg impersonations.
Yeah,
Jay Farrell does he has a commercial out right now. I don't know. I think it's State Farm. And somebody said he looked like Vonleh, low key. Somebody look at that somebody look at the State Farm commercial with Jay Farrell. If you see Vonleh, come back to us.
Yo, I still say Vonleh looks like a Lost Clips, dog. He looks like Pusha T. He looks like Pusha T, dog. He looks like a Lost Clip, son. But son, he just clipped his hair. You know what I'm saying? You don't got the braids. if you put the braids back on Vonleh, dog, that is the third Clips member.
Rick War says, "What are we getting back in that?" Well, in that trade, you don't want anything back of any consideration because you're trying to get under the cap. The whole point of getting rid of Courtney Lee is trying to get under that cap.
Expiring the pick.
Yeah,
second round.
That's right. Shout out Pedersons. It's been a while. Pedersons ain't been in here in a while, man. I take attendance, Pedersons. I haven't seen you in a while, man.
Yeah, where you been, dog?
Yeah. G. Andretti, so let's be honest, nobody wants Trey though. Yeah, it'd be a long shot, but if there was one person, if they did want somebody, I think it would be Trey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah,
the situation is weird here too.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation. What else in the chat? Yeah, we doing Q&A, man. We did about 5 minutes of game recap, Jay Ellis, and there wasn't too much to talk about. So
yeah, we good on that.
Yeah, man. Shout out everybody in the chat though. Smash that thumbs up button for Knicks Trivia Night featuring CP and Jay Ellis.
Let's do it. Subscribe, please. Subscribe.
Absolutely.
You guys, subscribe. Gary Miller, what's up? I see you.
CH came with 3 questions back to back to back. He says, first one, he says, most likely Nick to be dealt. Also, what would this team's record be with a healthy KP? Who's the most likely Nick to be dealt at the deadline?
Oh, that's the deadline? Probably Courtney Lee.
Yeah, I guess. If you can pray. If you guys pray out there, say a prayer.
Considering his neck injury is fake and they're letting everybody else know it's fake.
It was a trade injury.
Exactly.
It was a trade injury, man.
Like the guy who was shooting 40% from 3 last season, he had arguably one of his best seasons of his career last season. So that happens. You play him for a few games. It's like, oh, he can still shoot threes. We need threes to make a playoff push or whatever. Mm-hmm. I can see that happening.
Let's see who people say. Gian Jersey says Canner. I can't see. That's a lot of money that you got to take back.
That's not even a lot of money because he's an expiring anyway.
Yeah.
But it's just that I don't see them with our. We don't have a lot of big men here, so what we did let go of Cantor and then what? It's Luke Cornett and Vonleh and Mitch.
Yeah, man.
That's I guess Isaiah Hicks comes back.
What's up with Isaiah Hicks? When does Isaiah Hicks come on a 2-way, man? I'm waiting to see Isaiah Hicks, man. Shout out to Isaiah Hicks and everybody in the Isaiah Hicks fan club. Shout out Cody.
So I'm talking about Cody. Everybody.
Facts. Michael Henkel says you might want to do the unthinkable and trade KP. I've been seeing a lot of that. A lot of people have been leaving me comments on that. Jay, I was talking about trade KP.
Chill.
Doesn't make any sense. You're not gonna get much for him. And
what?
Not right now. I'm saying off the knee injury, his stock is low anyway. Lower than normal.
It's lower, yeah.
Lower than normal.
If you play, with a bad knee, we can trade KP and get something. I guarantee you that. But I see what you're saying.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Two things. All right, let's get to Nathan real quick, and then we'll get back to the chat question. Stay mellow. I see a question. We'll get back to that. Let's get to Nathan. Nathan, what's going on? He wants to talk about the loss. Nathan, what's going on, man?
Yeah, what's up, guys? How you doing? Thanks for taking my call. As always, you guys are the best.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it, bro.
At this point, all of us can be the head coach for the Knicks, man. The way they're playing right now, I don't know. It's like crazy. I didn't expect this from them tonight. But, I mean, the Sixers are tough. Don't get me wrong. The Sixers are much better with Jimmy Butler and their defensive scheme. But the Knicks, I wanted to see some fight, though, after, like, especially on the back-to-back. I wanted to see how they responded from the day before game, but they did not respond today. They just flat out, like, being embarrassed by the Sixers. But in my opinion, do you think there should be a lineup change, or do you think Fizdale will keep going with the same thing?
What do you think, JLs? I'm ready for Dotson to come back, but go ahead, JLs.
Yeah, I'm hoping Dotson comes back, but I'm mad that Mario actually had a decent game today.
He did. Give credit where credit is due. Mario, he looked all right. He okay. He did okay.
But I think he's gonna roll with this lineup for a little longer, only because we got on a 3-game winning streak with this lineup.
Right.
So, we lost these 2 games. I feel like he might believe that one of these losses are a wash because it was a back-to-back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think he's gonna roll with this lineup a lot longer.
True.
And I got one more thing real quick. Is that okay?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, for the trades thing, where you guys are talking about trades, I think one player that should be connected with the Cornelius in package, it should be Frank Ntilikina. Maybe we can get more back for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that, though, man.
That's not happening.
Appreciate the call, Nathan. I'm not ready to trade Frank yet. Definitely not, man. Appreciate it, man. Call back Saturday, man.
All right, yep.
All right, cool. Shout out Nathan. Yeah, we're not doing that, JLs. We're not doing that.
Nope.
No Frank trades.
No Frank trades.
Not yet.
Too young.
Yeah, not yet. Too young. What's your guys' take on this? Fizdale was saying that he has no plans on putting Money Mitch and Knox in the G League. Right now he basically said, "Oh, pull it up. I'll pull it up for you guys." He basically said, we want them up here, trial by fire. We want them up here learning with the club, suffering with the club is what he said, and winning with the club. So what do you got? What do you think about that, JLs?
I mean, it's fine with me if they're running with the club. I mean, like I said, we don't have a lot of big men anyway. So
that's especially with Mitch. Yeah, we can't do that.
Has to be.
Yeah.
With Knox, I can see a situation. Kind of the similar situation is with Frank. I don't particularly like Knox at power forward right now, man.
It's not good. It's not a good look for him.
It's not a good look for him. People are getting on him because he's not playing well and da-da-da-da.
It's gonna
His
get
defense
washed.
was not good from the jump, and him playing guys who are like 30, 40, 50 pounds heavier than him doesn't make anything any bit better. I feel like he'll serve a little bit better right now as a small forward, and we don't have minutes for him at that spot right now. So I feel like at least if he's in the G League, he would get some minutes at small forward and actually, get some reps in without being in foul trouble from night to night. Mitch, I feel like he'll be in foul trouble if he was in an NBA or the G League.
Yeah. See, I think a lot of the thing with Mitch is he just need to get his weight up, and that's fine. It's early.
Yeah.
He's coming out of 1 year out of high school, not doing nothing.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? I liked watching Mitch man up against Joel Embiid tonight. I liked
it too. I liked when he blocked his shots a few times.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Maybe to get some offensive polish. Maybe to get a little offensive polish. Work on a mid-range, a little jumper, because our point guards damn sure ain't getting him the lobs, right? So
yeah, they're not.
Offensively, he's a bit useless unless he can get some putbacks. But mainly his deficiency right now is just one-on-one defense, and I think a lot of that has to do with the size advantage that he's giving up.
Yeah.
And
the picks too. I mean, the picks actually have gotten progressively better over the season.
Yes.
Except for that last pick where he tripped some dude.
Yeah, right. Setting picks has been his Achilles heel as well.
He has to stay there for extra beat to actually set the damn pick before he rolls.
Now with the Knox thing, See, the thing with the Knox thing, once again, man, I just feel like politics and PR has a lot to do with it, and they don't want to do that. Like, what does this say to put this kid in the G League? You know what I mean? After he dominated Summer League, came in with all this hype and hoopla, and now you're gonna be like, well, we gotta send Kevin Knox down to the G League for a little bit. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think in the chat? I just don't think that would be a good look. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that would be a good look, man.
Yeah, Knicks and PR don't go together at all.
They don't go together.
Yeah, they don't. Sometimes I wish we could just send some people down there, do a Joakim Noah, and just send them down there for a minute.
Yeah.
Let them go. Get some reps in. Come back.
Get some reps and come back, you know? But it just doesn't seem like it's used in that fashion yet. It's not in vogue in that way in the NBA. It's more of a scouting opportunity.
Yeah.
You know,
he needs a rebrand. That's what he needs.
Yeah. Knox will be all right, man. Knox will be all right. Like I said, I almost wish that Summer League shit didn't happen. I almost wish he was, like, injured during Summer League and, like, he didn't play. And so,
I won't say all that.
Not that, but, like, you know, we got spoiled, man.
Yeah, we did.
We got gassed.
The situation is a lot different for Summer League than here. It's like where he's getting the ball in Summer League versus where he's getting the ball on the Knicks right now is two completely different ways he's getting the ball. Like in Summer League, he was actually top of the key, making decisions.
He was initiating breaks in Summer League.
Initiating the offense, and here he's on the corner a lot.
He is, but then I also see him jacking like a lot of wild shots too, man.
Yeah,
a lot of it, like, and they said it on the broadcast tonight. The one thing I was listening to when I was listening to Breen and Clyde was Breen was saying it looks like he almost has what he wants to do on offense already predetermined. So it's so easy, it's so like predictable that when he gets jammed up, he's just wild. You know what I mean? He's throwing up a wild finish, or you know, it's just never clean. It just seems like Clyde said, he's thinking instead of reacting out there.
Yeah, it was nice to see him go to the hole this game though, instead of just
he did. He did.
It was nice to see that. It was nice to see that.
Absolutely.
I do like that he's not. He is not shy. I kind of like that.
He definitely not gun shy. He'll shoot a 3 in your eye from 30 feet. He don't care.
Yeah. So to me, that means he's not afraid of the moment.
Yeah.
So
I think he's just pressing. I think he's just pressing, man.
He'll get it together. The offense. I feel like the offense is gonna come.
Yeah.
I'm really more worried about Knox's defense than anything else. I feel like the offense is gonna come.
Yeah, his defense is sus.
His defense scares me a lot.
His defense is suspect, man.
Yeah. We'll see what happens on that front. Let's go, Fizz. Get to work on that one.
Yeah, man. But what do you guys think in the chat, man? I haven't seen any much. You think Knox and Money Mitch, man? Are you with that G League stuff, or you think it's not necessary for them? CJLs, when we're struggling and losing, man, we turn on each other. We turn on Frank. We turn on Fizz.
Yeah.
This is the rebuild, man. This is what it looks like. This is the rebuild, man. But this is what the show is for, JL. It's for people to air out their frustrations. You know what I mean? It's been a while since we've competed for something worthwhile, and it's all understandable.
It's a fact. All understandable, man.
All understandable, man. Let's check some more questions before we wrap up. CH, he says, is Dotson and Trier a starter in this league? Also, what's ISO ceiling? All-star role player. What do you think?
What's ISO ceiling? I have no clue, dog.
Yeah, I don't know.
I have no clue what he's gonna be, man.
He could be like Lou Will, or he could be like Jude Gilbert Arenas. You know what I mean?
He could be a 6-man, or he could be better than that. I have no clue.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not like super duper like athletic, but he is athletic enough. He has a nice little step back. He needs a left hand. I don't know, man. Too
early.
Yeah.
I like what he's giving us right now. You know? Yeah, man. And speaking of ISO, there's an event tomorrow night. If anybody's in the NYC area, there's an event tomorrow night, Thursday night, at the Stand store in Soho. It's a one-on-one with Alonzo Trier, hosted by Russ Bankston. conversation with ISO. Knicks Fan TV and the Nick of Time show will be in the building tomorrow night, 7:30 at the Stand Soho store. Possibly live streaming. I can't promise anything. Got to get some clearance from the suits. But if we do, just be on the lookout. Just hover around the YouTube at around 7:30. And we might be in there live with ISO Zoe. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned for that.
Facts.
Yeah, man. Travis Fisher, shout out Travis Fisher, appreciate it. He says, Travis Fisher just sent us a super chat. He says, why doesn't Money Mitch post up? That's just not his game right now. That's just not his game right now. You know.
Oh yeah, post up guys. You know they usually gotta wait on them.
yeah. Post up. A lot of guys just don't post up at all anymore. You know, it's not just Money Mitch. A lot of guys don't post up, man.
Nah,
you know. We always said if Tyson Chandler could just develop a little jump hook thing, he'd be a lot better.
Yeah, but that never happened. He's a lob guy.
He's a lob guy. He's a lob guy. You know, and he served his role. He was a good asset for us, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I liked him when he was there.
Yeah, man. Let's see. Do we have? Let's take one more phone call, then we'll wrap the phones up. And we'll go to Brooklyn, your hometown, J. Ellis. Knicks OG wants to talk about the Knicks overall and the game tonight. Knicks OG, what's going on, man?
Hey, guys, what's up? I think, J. Ellis, you hit the nail on the head. I think the Knicks aren't really running any type of offensive system. So they just basically have Knox standing in the corner, waiting to shoot a three. They need to initiate the offense from the top of the key, put the ball in his hands, and let him make some decisions.
Yeah.
Instead of just standing in the corner trying to shoot a 3-point shot. What do you guys think about that?
I think they don't give him the ball a lot either. So I think that's probably why he shoots it so quickly. He's like, I got the ball. And he gets excited. He just
shoot up. Yeah. It's a lot of things, OG, man.
Yeah, basically, there isn't any type of offensive system. It's just isolation and one-on-one play. So when he finally gets the ball, right, he just shoots it, because he's not going to get it back.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting to see after the 25th game to see what Fizdale, what is he going to do? What type of system they're going to be running. What is he going to do that's different than the first 24 games?
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of suspect about him. Well, sometimes in the league you have some great assistant coaches, but when you put them in
they don't make good head coaches.
Put them in the driver's seat. Yeah, they're not in-game coaches. But hopefully, it kind of works out.
All right, appreciate the call, Knicks OG.
But also,
man. All right, go ahead. You sound like you got one more point. Go ahead.
One more point. Right, they might not be able to do it during the season, but in the off season, they need to get a big man, to work with Mitchell Robinson. Either Keem Olajuwon or
that'd be nice.
They used to have a big man school.
Yeah.
During the off season where they'll teach him footwork and stuff like that.
Footwork, yeah, he could use
that. But there's a lot of potential there, so
definitely.
We can just hope for the best. But tonight's game was just a brutal game to watch.
Yeah, absolutely, OG, man. And appreciate the call, man. Sound like you're a new caller, man. Definitely appreciate the call.
Yeah, man. Subscribe to the channels, man.
Yeah, I usually listen to the podcast, but tonight I just have to give you guys a call, kind of vent.
Yeah, hey man, that's what we here for, man. You could call anytime, man. Appreciate the call.
That's a fact.
I definitely will.
All right, cool.
All right, guys. Take it easy and have a good night.
Yeah, man. Bless him. Bless him.
Take care.
All right. Young OG, that was one of your relatives, JLs?
Nah. That's not.
Oh, okay. You sound like you from Trinidad. Ain't you? You Trini, right?
Nah, I'm not Trini.
I thought. Oh, okay. I could have sworn you. Oh, I could have sworn you when you went to some Allison Hines thing that was some Trini thing.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate the Trinis though. I'll say that. My podcast mates are.
Okay. All right.
Making Guyanese.
Yeah, of course, man. Of course. Shout out all my Caribbean people out there, man. Of course. Yeah, young. Listen, OG beat Brooklyn. OG made some decent points. Obviously not gonna judge Fizdale at all. I'm gonna reserve judgment until his 4 years are up. Hopefully, he gets his 4 years, and then I want to see it because I want to see with the players that come in. I want to see how those players that come in respond to Fizz. What his system eventually will be, what his defensive system eventually will be, and what our success will be at the end of those 4 years. And that's when I vote and judge Fizz. You know what I'm saying, Jails?
I feel you, man. Shout out to Alex for shout out my podcast. But yeah, I agree with you, man. I'm giving Fizz the full 4 years. He has
4 years. That's
right
it.
now.
4 years.
I'm tired of this revolving door of coaching.
You're gonna treat him like the presidency, man.
Yeah, after year after year. Let's actually have like a coach, a system, let's actually have some top-down, stable environment for once on the Knicks, man. Let's do that.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, bro. I agree with you. But I will say this, he was fired from Memphis, man, after a very short time.
Because of
bro, you want to tell me? I don't know. I feel like there was more to that story, man. I don't know. You want to tell me that after a year and a half, just because star players and coaches get into it all the time, Jay Ellis?
Yeah.
How they just sacrificed him like that, kicked him out the door like he was nothing.
Because star players have clout, dog.
They do. Don't get me wrong, they do. I still don't get it. They made the playoffs in this first year.
Listen, man.
Am I wrong to question that? People in the chat, let me know. Am I wrong to question? I always question that. I said I like what Fizz on paper, but something is just iffy about that thing, man. I don't know if it's Fizz.
I don't know.
Or
to me, when he got on his interview tip with them, he seemed like he laid everything all out there. He came in there, he said, "Listen, this is what I did wrong. I acknowledge I did wrong, and this is what I did right." Yeah. And that's one of the biggest things I like about Fizz. He's not one of those guys who's gonna hide behind somebody else's mistakes and like hide his hand. He's gonna be like, "This is what I did."
Yeah,
He himself said he was too harsh on Marc Gasol. He went way too harsh. He went way too hard one way. He should have pulled back a little bit, and he's gonna learn from that situation and bring that to the. So
unless they got physical, I just feel like that was just a little too soft on Memphis part. You know what I mean? Unless it just got into some how did it go from playoffs 1 year to a little bit of struggles, and now we're at the point of no return and get this guy out of here?
Dude, the league is run by the athletes, not the coaches, dog. You see coaches get asked all the time.
I hear that. Absolutely.
Look at D'Antoni. It happens all the time, though.
You're right. Kobe did run him out of L.A. He was they ran his ass out of L.A. quickly.
You have a franchise player who's gonna carry a team to victory. If you don't like somebody, you're like, you gotta go, bro.
Yeah, Kobe got D'Antoni out of there fast. He was like, he ain't it. But that's Kobe though. You know what I mean? That's Kobe.
Put some respect on Mark's name.
I guess, man. Forget that clown. We beat him already, man. In the grindhouse. He's washed, man. Forget about it, man. But hey, listen, just food for thought for the chat. That's all I'm saying. Just food for thought. To OG's point. All right, I'm gonna shut down the phones. They appreciate it. A couple more questions in the chat, and let's wrap up. Big Shaq says, Big Shaq is Julie. He says, what's the realistic offseason expectations? What's your realistic offseason expectations?
Realistic offseason expectations?
I can't even, we're only a quarter of the way in, man. It's a long way to go, man.
I don't know, man. It's like, I feel like the free agency thing with KD and the Kyries, I don't know if that's happening. I feel like we're going to miss on the big ones.
Let's just get a good draft pick. Call it.
Yeah.
Good draft pick.
Get a good draft pick.
That's it.
Keep some cap flexibility. Sign some sign back Bonley and some other key young pieces, and
that's my expectation.
One year rotational deals in KP.
That's it.
Run at it again.
I don't put no stock in free agents. Nope. That's it, man. Yuxa says, what college recruit do you think would help the Knicks the most going into next season? What do you think, Jales?
I can't answer that right now.
Can't answer. Inconclusive.
Yeah, I haven't done my deep dive into all the
me
college
neither.
players yet.
Me
I've
neither.
only been doing like light looks here and there.
Me neither. I got to get out of football mode. I'm still clutching to these Super Bowl Giants, or what used to be. I'm still clutching to this big blue thing right here. I don't know why, JL is. I'm loyal, man. As you see, as you see, I'm loyal. But
exactly. And then guys, if you know, like I know everybody's a basketball fan here, right? Me being a basketball fan, before I was doing the Knicks, the podcast, and all that stuff, I watched way more basketball all around. Like, I knew once I started doing the podcast with CB.
Yeah, you only got so much time to do shit, man.
There's only so much time in a day, so you don't get to really soak up everything as you like you used to.
Yeah.
So you got to kind of dedicate the time to like, all right, this is the college time.
Yeah. Nah, but we'll get into it, man, and definitely get into it early because it's gonna be an important lottery for us, and it's good to have a pick at least.
Yeah, but definitely, I like when you guys like hit us up on Instagram and Twitter and be like, "Yo, look at this."
Yeah. A lot of people been leaving us comments on that, so keep going.
That helps us stay abreast of what's going on.
Yeah. And as the season progresses, JL, so we'll definitely start to integrate some of the content. Some of the college content. We'll integrate some of the Knicks Film School analysis as they pick up their coverage as well. So
I usually do that like around January, February. That's like usually.
Facts. Big Shaq says, watch the dime drop for scouting videos. All right. So we'll take a look. Definitely take a look at the dime drop.
All right.
For sure, man. All right, JLs, let's wrap this up. About to throw it on you.
All right, yo, Chris Dada, you did the chat. Shout out. Who's upside your head? What up?
Shout out, Chris. All right, JL, this is on you.
All right, man. Yo, I tried to get the podcast up on YouTube last night after we did the post game live. Unfortunately, if I did that, then I would probably be fired because I wouldn't be able to get to work on time. But the podcast will be up tomorrow morning for sure. So check tomorrow morning for the podcast on YouTube. If you can't now wait, go to my Soundcloud and watch it. All the links in the description. Also, seems like everybody's loving the Porzingis hat. Check this. This is a snapback.
New drip.
This is new drip. Merch, if you want to get the new drip, head to the description. Check the merchandise link. Click that. Porzingis hat is at the top. Go get that. Also, links to all of my social medias are also in the description. Facebook, the entire. So my brain throws blank. Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.
All good, man. All good. Appreciate you, JLs. Appreciate you. And hey, appreciate everybody for joining the chat tonight. 117.91. We get the doors blown off us, but hey, it's a rebuild, man. It's all part of the process. Let's just have fun and continue the conversation. If you want to continue the conversation with me, you know where I'm at. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Knicks Fan TV. Always on, always talking Knicks. Shout out to everybody that came through tonight. As I said, we may be streaming the ISO event tomorrow night, New York City, Soho, at the Stand store. So if you're there, I know a couple of you said you're going to come through, link up with me and Jay Ellis.
Oh, yeah, we're going to be in there.
Yeah, we in there. So that's 7:30 tomorrow night. ISO Zoe, conversation with ISO Zoe and Russ Bankston. And what else? Replay of tonight's stream. If you're just coming in, you know what time it is. The replay should be ready by about 12:30 Eastern. Then we'll run it again at 6 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Eastern, at 12 p.m. and 2:30 p.m. Eastern as well. So you guys will be able to come back into the chat with your fellow Knicks fans. We had a couple people coming in this morning and this afternoon as well. So, JLs, you want to shout out some people in the chat?
Yeah, yo, actually, me get to like the Facebook and Periscope thing, the whole.
Yeah, shout out Facebook and Periscope, man. We don't forget you guys. We always see your comments as well.
And they actually been pretty active. So shout out to Aston Barkley. Thanks for the comment on the hat. Carlos Marcano, I seen you in here yesterday.
Carlos always in here. Shout out Carlos, man.
Yeah, Buddha Chavez is on my Facebook crew over here, holding it down. Hold on, let me get to the Periscope really quick. Jiminy Knight just came in, was good. Virtual Trotsky, Aaliyah, Neva, I saw her commenting on Mitch Robinson, fouling a lot.
All right, Big Shaq, appreciate you. Smokestack, appreciate it. Alex Collins got working 3 hours. Go ahead, Jails.
All right. P. Gibson 07, Butter Velvet, I hope I said your name right. Basakara. I don't know how to say it, but
Ross the Disco. Shout out Ross, man. Rick Ward, Gary Singh. Appreciate it, man. Who else? Smash that thumbs up button for your boys, whoever's left in the chat. Very important. Smash that thumbs up button when you come in. Stephen Weeks, appreciate you. Stay connected, appreciate you. Reaper, appreciate you. Dubs, Revo, appreciate you, man. So, yeah, we'll be back tomorrow night for the ISO event. And after that, Saturday night, Knicks Bucks post game, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So, JLs, man, I'll check you tomorrow, man.
All right, man, let's do it.
Peace.